What up, people? You already know what this is. Here's your boy, SoCal. You want to know what this video is about? This video is about your rights. So stay tuned for this shit.
You seen it here first. The SoCal Trucker channel. Subscribe.
So check this out. So this video is all about your rights. Now, I know what you're saying. SoCal, come on, SoCal. Come on. People that hold a CDL are supposed to be professionals. They know their rights. All right. If that's what you're saying right now, then let me ask you a question. Why is it that when I go to a terminal at the ports, I see motorcycle cops, not even DOT, motorcycle cops with people pulled over with the air gauge in their hand, checking their tire pressure, and the driver sitting in the truck and is okay with that? First of all, a motorcycle cop, number one, is not a mechanic. They're not a certified mechanic, okay? Two, a truck and trailer is private property. They're not allowed to put tools without you hiring them as an owner-operator, rent-a-lease guy, or even a truck driver, just a regular driver. They can't do that without permission, okay? Another thing was people were getting confused about deletions, okay? People are getting confused about deletion. So I want to explain this too. What's your rights? First of all, the DOT does not give a crap if you're deleted or if you're not deleted. They don't care at all, period. You know, you're thinking like, yes, they do, SoCal, because when we get pulled into the scales, that's when they check us. So what I want to do is explain to you guys, since I'm a professional, right? So I'm on YouTube. I'm trying to teach you guys and give you guys knowledge. I'm not here to pretend and act like I know what the fuck I'm talking about. The reason why you get pulled into the scale is because you're going to see a little white van. You guys ever see a little white van? Most of the time they're in a little white van. That's called CARB, okay? CARB is not authorized to pull anybody over. They're not law enforcement, okay? So what they do is they team up with the DOT at the scale, because the DOT is allowed to pull you in for an inspection. They're allowed to pull you in for an inspection, okay? And then that's when CARB gets to do their thing. Now, I know what you're thinking. SoCal, what is their thing, SoCal? What can they do, SoCal? Can they grab some crescent wrenches, SoCal, some hammers? Can they take apart my truck, look up in the little hole to see if I'm deleted? They can't put a wrench on your truck. Not even the DOT is a certified mechanic. And if they were a certified mechanic, and if they did hold the cert for that, they are still not allowed to put wrenches, tools, anything on your truck without your permission. These are your rights. So if you are deleted, they can't have you open up the door, and they can't plug into your truck. And what is a deletion? A lot of people don't understand what a deletion is. Some people say, look, check this out. If you get deleted and then they catch you, it's a gazillion times more to put it back together than what it costs for a deletion. Don't listen to those nut jobs if anybody tells you some bullshit like that. What is a deletion, people? I'll wait. What is a deletion? Write down in the comments for all the smart people that think they know, and some actually do know, I want to know right now in the comments what a deletion is. I'll wait. Time to take a drink. What is a deletion? Water. All right. What a deletion pretty much does is you have a new truck, okay? The ECM is programmed. You know when you turn the key on and you hear that truck make all these clicks all over the place? It does its little check. Okay. The ECM is programmed to look at all these sensors throughout this truck. That's why when a sensor goes bad, you'll get a check engine light through the ECM saying, hey, something's wrong. So what a deletion does is they, on your ECM, they reprogram the ECM. They wipe it out, reprogram it. So instead of having a 2020 program on your ECM, they'll get like a 2001 programming for an ECM. They'll put old software programming in your ECM. So what that does now is it doesn't look for those sensors. It doesn't look for those sensors. Everything's still on the truck, okay? And if you had to put the ECM back to 2020, everything would still work, okay? You don't have to spend 10 times, 5 times, 3 times more to put it back together because you're never going to take it off, and it all still works when you did the software update on your ECM. For the smart people that like to teach. The only difference is on the filter, on the canister. It's on the side of your truck. It's on the step. What my guy does is he'll put a pipe down the middle of it so the truck can breathe. That way you don't have to worry about filters and stuff like that. The truck will breathe way better. It'll breathe. Oh my gosh, it'll breathe better, man. You don't even understand how much it'll breathe better. Better fuel mileage, more horsepower, and it'll run just like a 2001 truck, or a 95 truck, or a 99 truck. Now, if you want to be slick, you can pull your good filter out, go to the junkyard, get a no good filter, or go to a mechanic place where someone had to replace a filter because it was cracked or tore up or whatever. Grab that filter and put the big hole down the middle and put the pipe in there and keep your good filter at the house. Keep the good filter at the house. So now all your stuff works. But all you're doing now is putting a blindfold on the ECM so it doesn't look for it. So for all the smart people, that's what a deletion is. So if you got caught, which nobody does, because there's no way to catch you. The only way to catch you is plug the laptop into your truck and see what the ECM programs say. It's the only way they can catch you on the ECM. Even if you failed a smoke test, they can't write you up saying you have a deletion, because trucks that are legal, that don't have deletions, even they fail smoke tests. Even they fail the smoke test sometimes. What causes a failed smoke test? Anything. It could be your filter's not clean properly, bad sensors, fuel injector. A lot of different things could make you fail a smoke test. Not a deletion. It's funny, that a lot of people think they understand trucks, the mechanics of trucks, and deletions. So I'm telling you about the deletion. But let's just say, let's just say you got caught. Okay? Let's just say you got caught. All they're gonna do, since your truck still has all the stuff, all they're gonna do is reprogram your ECM. Are you hearing me? Reprogram your ECM back to 2020. Now, the last time I programmed the ECM, because when on my Blue 389, the ECM went out, which is a computer, I had to have Peterbilt reset that one. They charged me $500. So don't listen about the big bad wolf. and scare you away. If you see a truck you want to buy and it's deleted, buy the truck. Buy the truck. So if CARB pulls you in, they pop the hood, all your sensors are there, all your stuff is there. It's still all there. They can't tell. One thing to do is, if you fail a smoke test, all they can do is fine you for, and the first time they're not going to fine you. They're going to warn you. I mean, if they do fine you, then they fine you. But one thing they're going to fine you for is failing the smoke test, not being CARB compliant. Nobody's getting tickets for deletions unless they tell on themselves, or they okay somebody to put a wrench on something, or they okay them to plug it into the thing. These are your rights. You know, a DOT officer can't even open up the door of your truck. They can't do that. So I know a lot of people are going to be in my comment section and disagreeing with what I'm saying. But all you have to do is find a DOT officer that's not a jerk and just talk to him. Just talk to him. Now, here's what I do. Okay? I do, because of my company, I want to keep, my rating good with my company. Every 90 days or before 90 days, I take my trucks in to a scale. I do a voluntary inspection. They put a new sticker on my windshield, and I'll never get pulled into the scale. Plus, you can buy the pre-pass, and that'll give you green lights going through the scale. So when CARB, which I haven't seen them in a long time, but if CARB is ever at the scale, they couldn't pull me in anyway because I have a sticker on the windshield. Know your rights, people. If you get pulled over by a sheriff or police or whatever law enforcement you have in your state, they can't work on your truck. They can't take parts off. They can't make you take parts off. They can't make you call a mechanic to take parts off. They can't do that legally. Let me ask you this question. If you're just walking down the street, minding your own business, can they just arrest you because they want to arrest you? No. So how can they accuse you of something that they have no evidence or proof of? How can they say, I think you're deleted. Call the mechanic. Let's take it apart and take a look. They can't do that. That's the silliest shit I ever heard. Now, let's get off the topic of deletions now that you understand that. If you get pulled over, okay, don't say nothing. Don't self-incriminate yourself. Don't say, yeah, officer, I was sleepy. Because if you're sleepy, you can get in trouble for driving. If you're sick, you can get in trouble for driving. You just stay quiet. Whatever he thinks he wants to write you for, stay quiet. Let him write you up. Call one of the lawyers to fight the tickets and fight the damn thing. That's it. If you're sitting there and you're like, yeah, I shouldn't have went too fast, it's hard to fight a ticket like that because these guys take good notes. And when you say, oh yeah, I think I went too fast or something, they write that stuff down. So if you ever fight it, they're in front of the judge, Your Honor, he said he went too fast. Oh, he did he? Stop being paranoid when you get pulled over. You have a job as a truck driver. They have a job to make sure safety's on the road. That's it. That's it. So just understand they have a job to do. You have a job to do. Okay? So when you get pulled over, it's no big deal. Let them go through it. But you don't let them get air checks out and check your air pressure in your tires. You just don't do stuff like that. Now they can give you an inspection on the side of the road. But the only thing they can have is a creepy crawler, maybe a measuring tape if they want to measure, see if you're 2 inches or 1 inch or 10 inches or whatever when you do the brake inspection. But they can't have wrenches, crescent wrenches, screwdrivers, and all that kind of stuff. If they do, with the creepy crawler, you need to say, excuse me, sir, what's all those tools for? Well, I'm going to do it. No, sir, you're not. I'm not giving you permission to do any of that to my truck. especially if you're a driver and it's not even your truck. Do you just let anybody that, let's say you're driving my truck, okay? Let's say it's not deleted. Let's say everything's perfect on the truck, okay? And you're my driver. If something goes wrong with the truck, I would expect you to call me and say, hey, something's going on. And then we go from there. I wouldn't expect you to pull over and you start trying to fix it yourself without even talking to me. So if that's the case, how are these officers going to do that without talking to me? I own the vehicle. They have no permission to work, wrench, take parts off, do anything on the side of the road. Only thing they can do is make sure you're not leaking air and make sure your lights work. That's it. Make sure, other little visible stuff. All they can do is a visual inspection. Cracks, all that kind of stuff. They can't sit back and start taking your truck apart to try to find stuff. So you guys, as a professional, okay, because we are considered professionals on the road. We are, held to a higher standard on the road because we're considered professionals, okay? Start learning your rights. Start learning your rights. If you know a DOT officer at the scale and you guys are cool and buddies and he sees you a lot, go in there and go talk to him. Say, hey, man, I got a question. Can you guys, in an inspection bay, can you guys start taking parts off my truck? When he's done laughing and choking on his coffee because he asked such a silly-ass question and he says, no, sir, then you say, well, I have a question. Can you make me... Now, understand something. If it's a safety violation, right? Your brakes are out or you have a crack or you're overloaded, some kind of safety where they know you're breaking the law, yes, you're red tagged until a mechanic comes out and fixes the truck. They don't make you call a mechanic out to take parts off to do inspections on the truck. Okay? It's a big difference. So know your rights. Only thing they can do, people, is do a visual inspection on your vehicle. They can't work on it. They can't take parts off. I know I keep saying this over and over again, but I really wanted to get through your head. They can't check your air pressure in your tires. So I hope this helps you guys. And I hope you know a deleted truck or non-deleted truck, like I've had a deleted truck that passed a smoke test. Carb was there, scale was there, everybody's there. They did a smoke test, it passed, and the driver drove on off. So understand that. Man, it is windy out here today. So that's all I got to say in this video. I try to make them kind of short, but I really, really, really want you guys to understand this, man. Know your rights. Know your rights. And I'll talk to you guys later. And yes, the 49ers lost. Sucks. I'll see you guys later.